Hi guys, it's Roxanne. Your girl has finally done a proper first time intro. Whoop whoop, celebrate. How you doing? Okay, first of all, how you doing? Second of all, look at this room. It's so pretty. Like, oh my god. It's a room in one of my grandmother's place, and it's so pretty. I die. Every time I'm in this room, I'm like, it's so pretty. I want this room. Though I never sleep in this room because it's considered the parents' room. So I'm back after not uploading last week because I had a very busy week last week. Like I said in my previous video, I had to leave the country that I was in, which I did. And I arrived, and the title of this video is I'm back in Europe, or in France to be exact. Which I wasn't planning on being back in France, but since I only had two options for countries to return to, since I wasn't from the country where I was in. I was originally there for holiday, so it was like it was either France or Singapore, and I did not want to go back to Singapore. No. So France was the only possible option, so I'm back here in France. Sorry if you can hear the door go boom, boom, boom. It's because there's a lot of wind outside. And if you can't hear me properly, I'm also sorry once again. You guys know me and my sound. It could be better. So like I said, I'm back in France, and today's video is about why and traveling whilst it's locked down everywhere around the world because of what's going on at the moment. Still not going to say what it is because we all know what it is. Okay, so I arrived in France yesterday. Why did like I said, yeah, right, I already said why I came back. I didn't have much options, and because my visa was coming to an end, and so yeah, that's the reason why I came back to France. And also another reason why I came back to France, but that came as a secondary option, is so I can start my studies again. Because I realized that what I studied previously wasn't really what I wanted to do. So I'm going to study again for like a year, hopefully, if I get accepted. Let's all pray. And then, yeah, so those are my two reasons for coming back to France. Since I also have a French diploma, like my studies were done in France. I kind of talked about it in my old videos. But yeah. Also, if you can hear my neighbors... Okay, I'm just going to shut the window. But yeah, if you can hear my neighbors next door, it's normal. 2 seconds. And I'm back. Am I in focus? I don't know. Also, my bangs have grown. I don't know if you've noticed. And yeah. And they make a weird shape now. Also, I made a hair tie. I don't think you can see it, but there's a hair tie here. Wrap. Tie. Hair ties for your hair. Stupid. Right, back on topic. So, like I said, I was going to do 2 parts. First part is done. Second part is now, which is traveling during lockdown. So I had to like do, so first of all, tickets are so expensive. Like, oh my gosh. So expensive. And then after that, you have like a lot of paperwork to do. Like, where for France, they're not very strict, so there is not as much. Like, for example, in France, there's no quarantine, but people usually self quarantine, which thank you for doing that, people, and hopefully people do that. That's what I'm doing right now. So yeah. So like I said, there's not really any self quarantine in France as of yet. And then there's the papers. So I had to send emails to my embassies back and forth to ask what papers I needed to complete and all that, and do searches online on what I needed to do. So I had to fill up like papers saying that I had nothing to do with the problem, had nothing doing with, you know what I mean, like, how to explain this without actually mentioning the word. I did not demonstrate any factors contributing to the problem. Okay, I think that's good enough. And then I also had to have travel papers, authorizing my travels, which I had a little bit of, oh no, it was easy to do. I didn't know if I had to, which addresses I had to put, and then I had to do it in French and in English. So yeah. And then came to the traveling part. So, to be honest, the papers I did were not asked for, but there's some people who were, I'm pretty sure there's different flights where it's required for these papers are asked for, so I'm like, and then, sorry about the door noise. And stop making noise, door. And then, so yeah, okay, 2 seconds. Inserting a clip that's not, okay. So I realized that, I didn't even talk about the flight, like how it went, so also I kind of look like a mess, sorry about that. So how did the flight go? So I was traveling with, okay, how to hold this? Let me just, yeah, I'm struggling with it, but whatever. I was traveling with Qatar, so a little bit more safe, and a little reason why it was super expensive. But yeah, so I was traveling with Qatar, and they took a lot of precautions when on the flight. Like for example, I don't have any clips of it because I didn't think it was proper for me to film them whilst they were in their special suits, and I don't think, yeah, so like they were wearing like hazard proof suits, I don't know what you call that, you know, those white suits, and they were fully gloved and masked and all, and they all had glasses. So yeah, if you're traveling with Qatar, they take safety really to the next level. And like all of us, I had a friend tell me about her flight to France, and she was like, it was so crowded, whereas like mine, like there was like one person per row, like on each row, because like there's 3 lanes, and each row there's like one person seated. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. And I'm back again. Right, so I had to do these papers. So travel, when you go to the airport, you have to be there 3 hours before, so they can do like a sort of screening, but they didn't really do it, which was really weird. Like I thought they would take my temperature. Oh, they did take my temperature. But like, and you have to do the queues, but like I thought it was going to be a little bit more strict, but apparently Malaysia is not that strict, I think. And then after I got, and also everything is closed, and the whole every airport I was in was empty. I went to 3 airports. I went to Malaysia, Doha and the French International Airport. And they were all empty, other than the passengers and people taking like security and air flight attendants and the essential people were there. So queue up was really fast, and if you had like, in general, if you didn't have too much exceeding luggage, it was okay. They wouldn't really say anything since, you know, not many people on the flight. Like my first flight, we were 83 people on like 83 people on the flight for like a flight that can take maybe like 350 people, so not much. I mean, still quite a lot. I was shocked, but yeah. And then I got to Doha and I had a really long, how do you call that? Waiting time? I don't know how you call that when you're waiting for your next plane. And that was also because the plane I was taking we had to wait for all the other flights from other countries that were going to go to France as well. So, and then I arrived in France. I was thinking it was way more strict. They didn't even take my temperature. The papers I printed out and completed, nothing was asked. And then that's it. That was literally nothing. Like, and then the taxis have like the screen protectors, but like in France, they're, no offense to the French people, but they're not dealing with this problem properly. Like I was in even my taxi driver wasn't wearing a mask, and I was like, no. And then when we were passing through the areas where there was people, there was like only the old people who wore masks. Like, responsibility to others, you wear a mask even if you're young or old or all the time. It's important, but apparently people just don't want to wear masks here, which is stupid. So right now, like I said, I'm in self-quarantine in my grandma's house. I'm taking a lot of precautions, don't worry. And yeah, I am now waiting for these 2 weeks to pass because this is going to be long. But either way, other than that, I don't think I have anything more to say. Stay safe, stay protected, don't do stupid things. Please don't do stupid things. And take care, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it for today's video. I mean, I'll catch up on you guys soon. Maybe next week. Tell you about how my quarantine is going. Most probably going to do that since I don't also have not much to do in this house. All I can do is clean and read and other stuff. But like, I'm gonna try not go outside because like, yeah. Okay, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Oh god, I'm gonna do this. This is so weird. Like and subscribe. This is so weird. Whatever. Also, I'm sorry if my shirt is a little too bright, and if you have like problems with seeing color like red and green, I'm really sorry if you see gray and gray. Yeah. Goodbye.